Alright guys, so what I wanted to do, new to this recording malarkey, so I just want to see how this OBS screen recording software works, and I want to see how my graphics and memory cope with the additional recording. So it seems a little bit laggy, but we might be okay. So I suppose what I wanted to do as well, so I wanted some sort of theme for this video, so it's not just a simple recording. See a lot of people around Rust, on Rust, trying to start a base, or basically starting out the wrong way. So what I wanted to do is just show you how I start out on the Rust. It shouldn't be too bad here because we're on a community server as opposed to sorry, I thought that was a guy up there. I pooed myself. Just as I was saying, there wouldn't be anyone on. But no, so what I just wanted to do is do a quick video on how to start a base. So things you're looking for, you want some resources such as wood initially, and then you want to get stone. You want to get your base built, nothing massive, maybe 2 squares, a door, and some sort of lock. Once you've got that in, you want to be getting some tools in order to be able to get more materials quicker, and being able to fill out your base. I think something else which is pretty good, or what you really need to be concentrating on as well once you've got that initial base down, is getting 100 sheet metal. And once you've got that, you'll be able to then build a lock. So let's give it a go. I might speed up some bits during the editing. So I've got enough wood now, so what I'm going to do is craft some paper. I'm going to see if I can Right, so what we want to do is craft some paper, which I've just done there, and then using the paper you want to get a building plan. I'm going to see if I can blur this out over here at some point. She seems a bit naked. If you're on a bigger server, you might want to start thinking about building yourself some weapons, or yeah, if you're on a bigger server, you might want to think about building yourself some sort of weapon. Nothing massive at this stage, but just something in case another naked comes across and tries to loot you. So it's always worth going around the ground and picking up any small bits of material here. In fact, what I've just got there is almost enough to be able to create my first tool. So seeing that big base there, what you want to try and do, especially if you're a solo player, is stay away from them, obviously. Let's do it. So you got, if you look down onto square G3, you've got the mining outpost there with a road which comes down. So by the roads, you're going to find some really good loot. So you want to go by those roads in order to get them. What you also want to look out for is a recycler. So you recycle the loot which you can get, and which you get from the roads. And the scrap which you'll get from recycling is almost used as a kind of currency. You need that pretty much for everything in the game. Without that, you can't research. And oh crap! radiation poisoning. Yeah, so without that, you can't do a lot. So I'm just going to grab one of these, the loot from in here. It'd be good if I can get any tools. There's never usually any decent stuff in the blue crates, but always look out for those small boxes. So they are your weapons and also your crates. They seem to have some pretty good loot in as well. But there we go. I've got a sword now. So what I really want to go and do. So we want to try and find somewhere which is not going to draw too much attention, but is away from these much bigger bases. So over here looks pretty good. It's well hidden. I can't see anything from here. It's close to a road. Perfect. Let's give it over here a go then. See what I want to do. You know, this is just the starter base. I think what might be good is just to, you know, use your surroundings. So use the stone here in order to kind of help you with a couple of your walls. Obviously, nobody can get through that, so that saves you with kind of managing your resources. To be fair, I think I built a bit too much. What I'm going to do. What I'm going to do just initially is just have a two by one base to start with. It's going to take less materials to get started, and it shouldn't be too bad on this server. But if you're on a big official server, then you're going to get into trouble, and you're going to get raided if somebody finds you. So whilst that's going, I'm just going to build just a wooden door. So I'm starting to starve, so I need to try and find some food. Always good to remember. So I'm in H3. So what I need to get really, I like this location. So what I should do is get a sleeping bag down as soon as possible. Because if I die now, I'm going to get respawned somewhere random on the map. So in order to get a bag, you want to have, I think it's 30 cloth and some wood. So I'm just going to try find some cloth now. I need some food. There we go, some food. Good stuff. Seems to be enough stone around, which is always good. In fact, if I can... So what you want to do is try find the lights. There we go. And that should give you, I think, double stone. And then you also get a bonus once you've broken down the stone. I'm not sure how that is calculated. But I know in the later stage when you get one of those ice picks to harvest the stone, you get about 1,000 stone per ore. So let's have a look. Whereas this only gives you 425, which isn't great. So it seems somebody else has been building and clocked onto the advantages of building near the stone. And he's left the doors open. Pogo Alpha. This would be a neat little base. This guy's saved us a job, hasn't he? So what we can actually do, if we build a hammer, we can actually pick these bits up, and that'll save us a lot of hassle going forwards on the game. Spin these. Now I've just got to try find my bloody base. It's around here somewhere. Oh, bloody hell, that was close. So I still need to get a little bit more stone, a little bit more cloth, sorry. In order to be able to put a bag down. So let's make that a priority now. So I think we've got a couple of... Oh, bugger, we need to get more wood as well. So in fact, what we should be able to do, so if I try and collect this wood now, and then using this wood, I should be able to build, I should be able to craft a stone hatchet. So I need a bit more wood. Cool. Now whilst that's building, I'll just carry on for a minute, and then we'll be able to start. There we go. So you want to get a bag down. To be honest, I mean, I wasn't rushing about it here, but on a busier server, one of the first things you want to do once you find an area that you like is put down a bag in that area, else, you know, you're going to lose it. As you're going to lose, you know, the area which you found, and you're going to be respawned somewhere random. More than likely going to be busy, so you just need to be careful. Cool. I'm getting a good amount of wood now. So with this new game, I think you've got to attack the X's, get the axes, and that gives you a reward. So I'm getting double when I hit an X, 10 when I don't. And then from there, I think you get a reward. So I've got 319 then, additional. Cool, so I've got plenty of wood now. So what I want to be able to do, so you need to build a tool cupboard. So without the tool cupboard, people can build around you, which means they can also build onto your building. And it's never good being locked in there, especially after you spend so much time building your base out. So it's good defensively. Obviously, the better it is at defense, the harder it is to get out of it if you're locked in it. So here we go. So you just want to chuck a bag down. You want to get a hammer. In fact, I'm just going to cancel those. Create a key. Close the door. Create a tool cupboard. Actually, whilst that's doing that, we can create a hammer, create a tool cupboard. And then using the hammer, we can reinforce the walls because they're not very strong at the minute. They're only 10. So that's for your foundations, your walls, and your ceilings. So right, the hammer's ready. So you want to do, you just want to go around the walls, make sure that you know the sticks are facing towards you, because the strength from this side is a lot less than it is from the outside. So here we go, just upgrading to wood now. And one of you might be interested actually in seeing that. So if I just show you, so for instance, if I hit the wall from this side, it does 9 damage each time. If I hit the wall from this side, it does 1 damage each time. So, what's that? 6 times more stronger. 9 times more stronger, sorry. Right. Bugger, so we're going to need to get more. In fact, what you want to do as well is just basically create a wooden box. So you want to shut down your tool cupboard, authorize yourself on it so now nobody else can build around you. What I'd usually do, I don't think I've got enough wood on me now, is put a little box down and also get a key. So if you do die and you wake up, you're inside your base. And any loot that you've got, so for instance, your semi-automatic body, you can keep safe whilst you're out. Alright, let's just get a bit more wood. How we did on recording? So it's 16 minutes in. It seems to be holding up okay. A little bit slow. Let's get a little bit more wood. So something to note, so if you're going to go and get wood from some of these ground bits, so the tree cutting game doesn't come into play, so that the red X's, they don't come into play with the trees which are already on the ground. However, as you can see here, you start hitting a live one, and it comes out. So I hope my editing skills are better than my streaming skills, because it's actually quite difficult talking and concentrating on the game at the same time. I suppose I just started off wanting to just test it out, and then we started to get to a little theme. So I suppose lessons learned, note to self for next time is kind of come up with a plan before you start recording, and stop losing the bloody base. So I think a wipe occurs every Thursday at the start of the month, and a wipe basically means that you lose all of your buildings that you've put down, and you also lose your blueprints which you've researched. If you don't know much about the blueprints at the minute, I think what I might do is do some further tutorials, if anybody might be interested, on going over the blueprint system, the kind of core blueprints that you might want to get, especially for when you start to go looting and what have you. Start talking about how you're going to start creating your metal. In fact, actually, quickly on here, I can show you. So what's always good on an old server, or a server which has been it's not completely new, so you're going to have a number of bases which have been raided. In this case, it's just been left open, but normally they'll be raided. And what you can do, as long as you've got as long as there's no tool cupboard, you can just simply go up to some items, such as the furnace here, and just pick it up. So pick it up, take it back to your base. In fact, to be honest, what I would do if I was playing properly on here is I'd probably just grab this base. It's made of stone. It needs some repairs on the foundations, but it'd save you a lot of time. Right, so let's go back to our base quickly. We'll chuck down the furnace. I actually don't know if it's big enough to have a carpet, but we'll have a look. If not, maybe we'll put it on the roof. No. So we'll put it on the roof in case anybody wants to come and there you go. Beautiful. Nice view. Join the rocks. And then there we go. We can chuck the furnace inside. And then you can start smelting. So I've got no metal ore, but I do have sulfur ore, so we can chuck some sulfur in there. And then from there we can, mix the sulfur with charcoal and create gunpowder. Right, I think that's going to be it for this episode. I only wanted to test out the recording. I hope it works. I hope it's not too slow. I might have to upgrade my CPU and memory, but we'll see. And if you are interested, subscribe, and we'll start doing a few more episodes, continuing on from this one on how to start successfully on Rust. Thank you all.